Joining us once again to tell you all about the items, the hot items in Korea, including food and drink, but not this week, is Xander, YouTube sensation from We Fancy. Good morning, Xander.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good.
You're a busy man, aren't you?
I'm so busy.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get here every morning, I swear.
So last week it was hot off the UMF action, the music festival. Ice Cube was there. You didn't get to see him.
Didn't get to see Ice Cube, unfortunately.
Who did you get to see, by the way? We didn't even ask you that.
David Guetta.
David Guetta was there.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And he wasn't even the headliner.
What?
Yeah, he was on quite early.
Who is a bigger headliner than David Guetta?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Above and Beyond, if you know who they are.
No,
they're going to EDM thing.
They were my headliner, David Guetta.
David Guetta, you'd think would be a headliner. I don't even know who played last.
No,
I know yesterday, I think the day before there was like the Chainsmokers and all the big groups like that.
The Chainsmokers were there last week.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I need to get myself some tickets to this. Kids are not really encouraged to go, right?
No, I didn't see any kids there.
No little people.
Although I think I saw something on Facebook about someone taking a kid to a festival, like Start 'em Young.
Oh,
but
really?
I think that was in America or something. They had big ear protection on, which is cute.
Would need it, wouldn't they?
They would.
These noisy festivals. And this weekend, you've been in Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan, yes. The beautiful country, Kazakhstan.
Is it? I've never been.
It's absolutely amazing. And it would probably be number 3 in my places in the world, I think.
Number 3.
I think Korea would be number 1.
Okay.
Then it'd be Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Then Kazakhstan.
Really? Because people don't often think Kazakhstan, let's go there for a holiday.
People think of Borat, but they actually filmed Borat in Romania.
Okay.
So it was nothing like that. And it's a beautiful country. It's
massive,
between
isn't
Russia and China, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it has a border with the sea.
Oh.
Yeah, in the kind of Middle East. I think it goes all the way to the sea.
That way, east.
It's quite a large country. It's
Yeah,
one of the
it's
largest,
huge, yeah.
maybe a 9th or 11th largest in the world or something like that.
Wow. And what
in terms
were you
of
doing
landmass.
there, by the way?
It went to an event called Star of Asia.
Star of Asia.
Star of Asia. It's really
So
cool.
you are the Star of Asia?
Didn't want to spoil it, but yeah, I am. No, unfortunately not. It's a music concert bringing local Asian talent to Kazakhstan because it's not really events like that. You know, in America you get like the big events, but it's usually like a bunch of Americans and you bring some English people over, right? But no, this is an event just primarily for Asian groups and just music. Yes.
Oh, nice.
So Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, India.
And you
Japan.
were hosting, not singing, right?
No, I did some red carpet interviewing.
Oh,
Yes.
that's cool. Any Korean artists representing?
Astro.
Oh, wow, the boy band, Astro. Oh, cool. That
Lovely
sounds
guys.
amazing. So, Xander, we're very lucky to have him. So I hope the listeners appreciate his efforts, especially in eating all those salty potato crisps last week.
That doesn't do my figure any good.
No, exactly. I'm sure on the red carpet people were saying, hey, have you had a few too many potato chips?
A few too many Gander snacks.
So Xander's here today, and as ever, we're talking about hot items in Korea. And actually, this week, the opposite of hot items, I would say, right?
Hot items to keep yourself cool.
Yes, indeedy.
Oh, yeah.
So it is summertime here in Korea. Are you a summer boy or winter boy? What's your favourite season?
I'm a temperate weather person.
You like it around 20-something degrees.
I probably actually enjoy the weather in Korea maybe 4 weeks of the year. And that's the transition periods between the seasons.
Between winter and summer.
Between winter and summer and the other way around, into some of it. I prefer definitely the latter side of the year because there's less rain.
Okay, yeah.
There's things of rain
in the autumn time.
Yeah.
It can be beautiful then. So Korea is your number one destination, but you hate the weather for like 48 weeks of it.
Pretty much. I mean, it's just I'm either too fat, so I get too hot, and then I'm not fat enough, I get too cold.
In the winter.
Yeah.
I have to say that summer is my least favourite, I think, nowadays.
It is. I think I'm slowly like acclimatizing to it. In terms of, I think I'm sweating less than I used to when I first came here.
When it was perhaps profuse all the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like walking into a sauna. Like when you go outside, it's like you step outside. Oh, look, now I'm sweating.
Yeah, you just had a shower 5 minutes ago. And you need it again.
Another one.
Yeah.
It's very hot if you've never been here. But people were like, it's hot in our country.
Yeah,
so,
really?
Okay, I get it. It's not the hottest place in the world. However, to anyone who comes from the Northern Hemisphere or anywhere in the top half of the world or the bottom half of the world, it does get very, very hot.
Yeah, we're talking like easily over 30 degrees for the majority of summer, right?
Exactly, and in England, you'd think we'd we get 24, 26, we're happy.
Yeah,
and
that's
we're like,
nice.
Oh, blistering heat wave, 24, 26.
Let's take off our tops everywhere.
Yeah, let's go down the park.
You don't see that so often here. So, yeah, maybe that is a cultural etiquette tip. Don't take off your tops, guys, especially girls as well. But if you're like in the parks, that can be a little off-putting, I think.
It's not really.
Is it okay?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah.
The beach is all right, for sure, right?
I mean, last week at the festival, there was a lot of guys that were topless.
At the music festival for adults and copious amounts of alcohol.
Yeah.
Right? Then
I
okay.
forgot about those points.
So today, we perhaps have items that will stop you from even wanting to take your tops off because they're going to keep you cool in this hot, hot weather, right? And maybe if you had this when you first came, you wouldn't have sweated half as much. I don't know. Maybe you would have. Some of these items look cool, some not so cool. Where do you want to start us off, Xander? So you've got your pick of a lot of lovely items here.
Go back to basics and come our way forward. Okay?
Yeah, that
so
sounds
let's
good.
Start with this. Oh, I'm going away from the mic.
This is going to be on our YouTube video. We are filming it right now, even if you can't see it live. So we've got, what have you got in your hand there, Xander?
It is a weaved bamboo fan.
I've not seen that very often in Korea, I must say.
You've never seen one
It
of these?
reminds me of Southeast Asia more than Korea. Yeah. It's in the shape...
I can't even get to work. There we go.
Yeah, you were kind of fanning me, but it wasn't working very well either.
Yeah, there we go.
All right,
I got the angle right now.
It's a giant weaved bamboo fan in the shape of maybe a leaf.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
I've not seen these in Korea. Is this a Korean traditional thing, I wonder, or just like something cheap you can pick up from the stores?
Cheap you might be able to pick up. But yeah, I mean, it does a job. But then you got to think, am I making myself hotter by fanning myself?
I often wonder that, right?
Like my wrist is hurting already.
The
so
effort ratio, right?
Is my wrist warming up in a weird thing?
Are you sweating more because you're doing the fanning? Can I take a look? So this is a very basic one. It's just literally a bamboo center stick and then weave all around it, right?
I'll sell it to you for each on if you want.
I'm sure you're still making a profit. Yeah,
$2. I got it for $1, so
there you go.
It sells for $1, so I need to make money.
I think some Korean houses do have fans like this, not exactly the same, just lying around at home, but it's not really a portable thing, this one.
It's quite large, isn't it?
Yeah.
What you do find, though, saying that, you might not see that, but you do get some very, I guess, kind of smart companies. When it's hot, they hand out those fans with promotion on them.
Like the plastic ones,
The plastic ones, I think they're paper with a little plastic stick, like a straw kind of material. And then, like a straw that you drink, a drinking straw, not a straw. But, and then you can basically keep yourself cool while advertising the company to everyone while you're fanning yourself with them.
I've got one in my bag.
You've got one.
So this is advertising a education company. And this is what they just hand out on the streets, right?
Isn't that an education company you just put shares in?
No. Yes, please go here and listen to my lectures. So these, they often have a little finger hole, as you can see on the video radio, and then it just makes it easier for you to grasp. And I just carry it around with me when I get hot in the studio, and I just bust it out because it's free. I can lose it. I don't mind if I leave it somewhere. And it is quite effective because it's made of like laminated plastic, so it's fairly firm. It's not like the bamboo one, which is, it looks a bit more luxurious, I suppose. And you're right, they do just hand these out during the summer. And it's a great idea, isn't it?
You get a lot of them. If you walk around the streets in Jongno and stuff.
We fancy fans. That's the next stop for you guys.
We thought about this, but actually in terms of advertising, it's really not cost effective.
Oh, really? Are these...
They're actually quite expensive to make.
Oh, seriously?
And so we had a friend who actually did buy them, and then you buy them, and then you got to spend the time on the streets giving them out. So you got to pay people to give them out.
Okay, yeah.
Right? And then you got to, it's really ineffective in targeting people.
Oh.
Your product would have to be literally something that everyone would want.
Okay.
Including the people who, like, if you pick Jongno, for example.
Yeah.
There's lots of older people there.
Not
and it's
watching
like,
YouTube, we fancy.
Yeah, exactly. So it would be pointless, basically, to give them anything. Some kind of targeted online marketing would be way more, a better money spent.
Okay.
But in terms, but loads of people do it, like banks and I guess hagwons and things like educational.
I think this was
things.
in Gangnam where I picked this up. Yeah, where there's a lot of students like walking around and people after work going to institutes. You're right. So these are two examples of some really old school ways of keeping cool. What's the next level then, sir?
Well, actually, there's this one, which is still kind of old.
Oh, but I like that. I prefer this. Yeah. Let's bust that open.
Look pretty.
Yeah. Absolutely. And considering the size of this thing, this is not size effective for when you're walking around, on the go. But
you could shield your face from the sun.
I suppose you could use it as a parasol. Yeah. But then when you're at the office meeting, you just put it on the desk. It looks a bit awkward. Not this one.
I don't know which way it goes. Let's see.
It's going to be a gamble.
It's going to go,
oh, lovely jubbly.
I'll do that again.
So this is a traditional, I guess, ladies fan originally.
Sexist, that is.
Could be men as well. You're absolutely right. Does it come with the sound effect as well?
Yeah, there's a button.
Yeah?
No. It's one of them fans. It's one of the fans you'd think about when I would say, if you say a fan, a Victorian style fan or Elizabethan style fan or whatever, a ruffled paper fan, collapsible,
which collapses into this nice little
incredible
shape.
Technology. For the period of time that these were popular.
These must have been around for hundreds, if not thousands, of years, right?
People worked out how to fold paper, and it's great.
It's the right shape for it to actually be easy to fan yourself. Like the one that you have here, the bamboo one. Like, I'm not quite sure where the wind's coming from, like the direction. But this one, put it in front of your face, and there you go. I don't think this is exclusively Korean whatsoever.
No.
Like you see it in many East Asian countries. And you're right, even in like Victorian Great Britain, I'm sure it was exported out there, right?
And there used to be even languages or communication based on fans.
Really?
Did you know?
No.
Blowing your mind.
How could you communicate with a fan?
Well, in terms of how you would shake it and what you would do, what you would cover, you could communicate. I believe it was in theaters or like where you see plays.
Yeah, it was
musical kind of theaters.
Okay.
Those because you can't speak, but you can communicate over a long distance with someone who's sitting on seats very far away. With a fan, you could shake
send
and
little
close
hand
and
signals.
Apparently.
Oh wow.
I mean, I don't know. It's a bit like Morse code, I guess. I don't know how many people knew about it.
I hope I haven't been sending mixed signals to anyone on the video today. I don't know what I'm doing here. I hope I wasn't upsetting anyone anywhere. But I like these. These traditionally they have this Asian feel to them, right? As well. Like it's a good souvenir, I often think, to take back to the UK. It's a material one as well, so it's not going to rip easily.
Pretty.
Sometimes you get the paper ones, which can really be a drag when they're in your case and rip, and you're like, oh, sorry, rubbish present.
Oh no,
it's
only 2001.
Oh really? $2.
This is a $1.
$1.
So we're going up in price too as we go along.
You can probably tell that most weeks we do very cheap items because our budget here at Arirang Radio doesn't stretch that far. And these are the most common items that people use, I think, because they're cheap. You can just buy this, and if you lose it, who cares? It's only a couple of bucks.
Korea's
right?
disposable culture kind of thing with the clothes that you can get inside stations and things like that. You wear them a couple of times, throw them away. We'll change, keep up with the fashion. Fashion's always changing very quickly. And these things, mass produced, they're very, very cheap to make. So
yeah, if the environment is listening, I do apologise to you. I saw this research recently that Seoul, as a city, has the biggest carbon footprint in the world of any city.
I saw that article too. I didn't read it. I just saw the headline.
It's
and
quite
was
upsetting, really.
It's quite
We're
bad,
part of that, Xander. Maybe these fans as well.
It's probably when Victorian rains, people buy a new umbrella every time it rains.
Okay, enough negativity. We're going to talk about some more cool items, literally cool items, in parts 2 and 3. We've got 3 on the chair and 1 is under wraps. Brave Girl's up now, though. This is Yoo-Hoo or Urin Ajik Yarum. We're back for part 2 of Hot Off the Shelf. Xander's in the studio. I'm still holding this little fan as well. It feels good to have. I used to like it. Didn't they do this thing when you were young? Yeah, that's it. You just flick it out like a little flick knife, but less violent and more useful in the summertime, I suppose.
Definitely.
Yes. So there's a reason, actually, why we're doing this segment on this particular day, 18th of June, right? It's a special day here in Korea, apparently.
Yeah, and it confused me when I read the information about this. Apparently it's Dan-o.
Not a weird, like, chavvy way of saying Dan.
Oi, Dan-o! Oi, Dan-o! It's
Dan-o.
Dan-o.
Okay.
Apparently 5th day of the 5th month, which was the confusing part, until I saw the words lunar calendar.
Yes, we are not in May still. It is June 18th, but lunar calendar-wise, it's the 5th of the 5th.
The 5th of the 5th.
So what does Dano mean and why are we doing fans?
I'm not really sure what it means, but on this day, you're meant to give handheld gift of like a fan.
Really?
So there you go. I've done my part.
That's quite specific.
Where's mine, Dano?
You can have this $1 one back.
Thank
there
you.
you go.
Economy at work.
So this seems like one of the first maybe commercialized days that fan makers might have come up with years ago.
Oh, we're not selling enough fans. How can we do it? Make it National Fan Buying Day or Gift Giving Day, as it would be.
Give fans to one another. I've never heard of that tradition in Korea, and I've been here for a long time. Yes. Wow.
Speaking of Korean now, or traditional Korean, or the word for fan, let's steal a Korean Unnies segment for tomorrow. Buche.
Buche.
It's a handheld fan, and bu means to create wind or airflow, and che is handle.
Oh, so a handled creating wind thing. Poo.
Very, logical. The naming,
A lot of Korean words are like that, aren't they? With the symbols and stuff. I think a lot of STEM words in English do have similar meanings in the past, but they're much harder to get to. It's much easier with Korean, like the one symbol thing. I wonder if that boo to create wind comes a bit from how you would blow. Boo. Boo.
And do you reckon the place near Incheon, Bucheon, might be a windy stream or something?
Maybe.
Am I right?
Close to the coast as well, yeah.
It's kind of windy over there, isn't it?
Yeah, there is wind. I've been there. I've felt wind on my face for sure, Bucheon.
For sure.
Love it. Okay, so that's the reason. There is a reason we are doing these items to cool you down. Starting off with old school fans, right? And now we're going to ramp it up a bit, Xander. Where are we going to go? It's up to you with the items. You can take it any way you want.
Let's go with these two as the kind of go thing. Let's go with this one.
More high-tech fans.
This is amazing. Okay, this is great.
This is our producer's actual personal fan, so if we break it, we're in trouble.
Now I know that. I'll be more careful with it. It's a fan.
And it's handheld.
Yes. And it looks like a bear or a gum. It's got little arms and feet and ears.
And if you're listening, you must be so confused because we've been talking about fans and what's so great about this bigger fan.
Well, this is a USB rechargeable. Rechargeable fan.
Not like an back electric in the day.
One. 5 volts, 1 amp.
And if you turn it on,
what's that noise?
Yeah.
Wow.
That is the fan going around. That sounds pretty strong for a little USB thing.
It's blowing me away, Peter.
Xander is getting blown out of his seat. Oh, it's quite nice.
It's good. It's amazing.
I see them so often in summer. Like, not yet, because it's not peak summer, but last year I remember everyone had these.
And it has a very convenient neck strap. So you can leave it round your neck at all times.
Oh, it's a little necklace. It's a bit of bling.
It's not quite long enough to hold it that far away from your face.
Okay, so it's around my neck. So and you could turn it on, and I'd have to hold it upside down for it to be comfortable. Yeah. But then it's like, I'm not going to lose it. No one's going to steal it from me.
No one's going to steal your fan.
Which is already not an issue at all in Korea. There aren't many pickpockets. But it's got 2 settings as well in terms of fan strength. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. And it doesn't take batteries. It's USB charged.
Rechargeable, and I believe it's the USB B or whatever, the normal one, micro USB. Every
with all the
Android phones
from Korea,
use that kind of stuff. So you can literally charge it anywhere. And because, pro tip, guys, when you go to restaurants or even Pyeongjums at convenience stores, you can charge your phone there.
Yeah, at restaurants usually for free.
And with convenience stores, you can give them a little bit of money. Just as a kind of a bit of like a security thing, Yeah. I think maybe that's also, you pay them a bit of money, they'll charge your phone, and you come back later and pick it up.
That's a good cultural tip for sure. And so you're saying you could charge your fans in these places if you were desperate for it.
You're just like, I like phone. This. Do I want to use the internet today or do I want to keep cool?
Yeah, a bit of both maybe. If you're plush with cash, you can charge them both maybe. So yeah,
I think that's a fantastic little gift. That I would be very happy with.
Do you have one of these now?
I do not, because usually I spend my time indoors. But, I would like one of these. This is very, very cool.
Yeah, I think most people who take public transport have these, like when they're walking around in the summer. Yeah.
And the best thing is, fatigue is low.
Yeah.
I mean, it's heavier than that, but I'm not shaking it around. So.
No. And I wonder, could it stand up on the table as well if you just leave it? No, it's too vibrating,
it's too powerful.
Isn't it? Yes. It's blowing itself over, isn't it? Yeah. So you couldn't do that.
Yeah. Maybe on the calls.
But these are not that expensive as well. I think on the cooler setting, you just leave it there in the studio. So
I mean,
when
obviously
it gets hot,
the noise would be too annoying. But
I would apologise in advance before I turned it on.
That's a fantastic little gift there. That's thoughtful. So you're like, I want you to not sweat.
Yeah, here you go. Enjoy the summer now outside.
So that's that one. And we definitely have these kind of things in England, but they're
so
really,
now.
really bad. And they're usually like AA battery powered.
I remember when I was at school, the first like handheld ones came out, and they hurt so much because the propellers are not protected like that in a cage.
They're made of more of a flimsy plastic, but you can still kind of cut things with them, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, that was ouch all the time.
I'd always leave the batteries in too long, and they'd kind of corrode.
Ugh.
You know, like the whole acid.
You'd have to get a new one. Yeah.
So that's that.
That's pretty cool, and that's I think reasonable. Maybe 10, 15,000 won, and you can get bigger ones as well. I've seen people walking around, not with massive fans, but still like twice the size of that. Yeah.
That was a paraglider.
Yeah, that was just a nightmare or something. Yeah. And now you've got a rather nice looking pink contraption there.
This is an upgrade.
Okay. It looks like you've come to water your plants, Xander.
So this is basically the same thing. Or this is AA battery powered. So maybe they could combine technologies one time.
This is only 3,000 won, by the way, Xander.
It's amazing.
Can you believe it?
I love this.
That's so cheap.
It's a fan, right? So fanning. I think this is.
Yep,
very
you
loud.
can hear the fan. It's got little like foam propellers,
so you can't hurt yourself because it's unprotected. So it's safe for children. But inside, and I gotta be very careful why I do this because I've noticed that there's lots of equipment. But if I do it that way, can I do it that way? So
or you could do it over this way, over to me.
Okay, we'll try and.
Okay, I'm here with my face without.
So basically, it's a like a water bottle.
Okay,
So you can humidify.
Yeah, I do feel rather wet now.
I think you might be a little bit too strong, but if I do it to myself,
So Xander's spraying. So the spray is located behind the fan, and you just get really wet, right?
That was not that. I thought it was going to be more enjoyable. However, I'm way more cooler than just a conventional fan.
Yeah, because you put the cold water in the bottom of this bottle, right?
Yeah.
And then you just spray along. But I tried this before. Our writer was testing it out this morning, and I was like, yeah, the spray is too strong. Like there's too much water coming out. Right?
They could definitely do a little bit more product development on that, and kind of.
If it was a nice mist, that you get in these makeup products these days, that would be nice.
Yeah.
But definitely, you're right, Xander. It does make you cooler, but it really just soaks you a lot.
If you're trying to look after your visual appearance, like you just look sweatier now, like instantly. Like you're like, oh, did it just get that hot in here? You're now sweating.
But I've just discovered this. Once you spray yourself and you're wet, then you just leave the fan on, and that dries off the water.
Exactly, because
the evaporation.
Exactly, it's a transference of heat. Heat goes into the water.
Wow.
The air blows the water away. And that heat transference makes you feel colder.
Thank you, Xander Newton, on the program.
Speaking of spraying water in the air, I believe. Again, I didn't read the article, but I saw the headline.
Yeah.
That I think it's like near Gwanghwamun,
right?
That area.
They're spraying water out the railings.
They're gonna spray a load of water there for like the whole of the summer.
Yeah, I saw that.
They say a cooling mist will, take over that area. Yeah. So check it out, but don't bring any expensive microphones with you.
No, that's not going to be good for YouTubers with their expensive camera equipment, is it? But yeah, I've seen that. It's on the railings that come out where there's the ramp out into Gwanghwamun from the station. Those railings are going to spray out water
in the center of the big road. If you don't know where we're talking about,
we did it for What's the Scoop. So if you go back and you can check on our Facebook page the article there, but. I can see how this would make you cool, especially if you fill it up with cold water. But it's,
put some ice cubes in there as a pro tip. Ice cubes.
Definitely. If you could squeeze them into the neck of this bottle, that's amazing. But for just $3, that's not bad, is it?
It's not bad.
It's like a throwaway item again.
I mean, it's definitely more cool than that if you don't care. But this... Still my favourite so far, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's got a niche thing. It's got the water. But it's AA battery, so... It's not rechargeable. You have to keep buying batteries.
Unless you have rechargeable AA batteries. Oh, there you go. Workaround.
Wow.
And you can water plants with this. There you go. What more
and
do you
annoy
need?
people, spray them in the face. And don't fan them.
Yeah. Just leave them wet. We're going to play some more music now. Song Ji-eun and Sleepy. This is Cool Bum or Cool Night. Cool night or cool bum. I know many of you are listening from the US where it is night time, and if it's hot and steamy, you now know what items to bring with you, but maybe listening to Xander and I will not help. We get people hot under the collar for sure. Yeah,
we had some comments like that a couple of weeks ago.
We did indeed. It was actually the host of the 11 o'clock show, MJ. Yeah, he admitted to sending that, so we can have a word with him later, Xander. Don't worry. In terms of summertime in Korea then, just just for our listeners' reference, when does it run from until, roughly, summertime?
January to December. No, I'm joking. Okay. Officially, June to August. I don't really believe that.
Into September is still summer, I think, right?
Yeah, I would always recommend people to come around September, end of September to October. For me, that's the perfect time. Plus, there's loads of festivals and things like that. But for me, it was already getting hot back the start of May and stuff. Like, I know that's technically spring, but it's like English summer is like. Boom.
Sure. Yeah,
Boom,
mid-May time, you can pretty much guarantee temperatures well above 20 degrees, and you're right. So if that counts as summer for you, then mid-May to end of September is the massive summer season, right? And then monsoon season. I know it's changing recently with climate change, but traditionally, when would that be?
Late June or mid-July, but we had some very heavy rain recently, didn't we?
Yeah, it did seem like monsoon started even in May this year. Yeah. We had a week of heavy rain then.
And there was loads of weather warnings for Jeju. Like, there was like, be careful, like it's raining.
You might drown.
You might drown. Yeah, it's really bad.
And I remember last year's summertime, it was a complete washout for most of it. Like there would be days where it would be sunny, but like there'd be loads of rain. I remember when I was here in 2008, 2009, summertime after the monsoon season had finished was pretty much clear blue skies for weeks on end. But nowadays with the climate change, you don't know when it's going to rain. It's changed a lot.
And this is why I prefer the kind of later part of the summer, because it's as you get the monsoon season passes and you're less likely to get very heavy rain because during that season, if you like, it really is like a tap going on and off. Sometimes it's like suddenly the rain is on and then suddenly it stops out for no reason. And sometimes you can watch the rain advance down a street. Like, we have those really long, like those really long roads. If the rain and the wind is coming in the right direction, you can watch as it comes along, and it's wow.
Yeah, it's coming to get you, and then it just disappears as well.
It's crazy, and we don't really get rain like that. I guess not as heavy.
It's very, not very common heavy in the UK, is it? Yeah,
it doesn't really rain for that long. So,
and it can be pretty uncomfortable if you're out and about in those like monsoon temperatures. Even if you don't get caught in that particular shower, it's just so humid afterwards that you're like, ugh, I don't want to be traveling.
Too many weight. You're already wet from sweat, and then you get soaked with rain.
So if you want to avoid that kind of hot, sticky heat, then we've got some good clothing items to wrap things off today. Xander's going to start us off because I think I've got the most shocking thing. Okay. So you've got what is that? It looks like a little cone or a filter.
Oh, you've spoiled it now. Yeah, this is how you wear it. You just put it on like this.
It's an elephant nose.
It's to stop the rain going in your mouth and or nose.
And let heat dissipate out the tube as well.
No, this is really convenient. Like, it's rolled up. It's got a little elastic strap. If I take that off.
Okay.
Doodle-doo.
Let's untangle that baby.
What does that look like?
Looks like a collar for babies.
It's a mini skirt.
So they don't spill their food.
It's a bib.
It can work as a bib.
It could be a bib.
Or you look like a bit of like a pharaoh, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't they wear things like that?
I am now cool. No, it's one of them visor hat things.
Ooh, but one that rolls up like that.
One that rolls up.
That's pretty cool.
I apologise for my hair. People
you still got the blue Smurf hair going on. Oh, nice.
I haven't it's going to be so flat because it was under a hat.
That's not flat at all.
Is it not?
Wow.
Is it really?
You look like
I can't see it, so I don't know.
Sideshow Bob.
Velcro.
Nice. So it could be for multiple sized heads as well.
It has a bow, but I don't know where it's going to go.
I think the bow goes on the back. My wife actually has the same hat.
How's that?
This is our newsreader Juhyun's mother's, actually, I believe. You look fantastic, Xander, with the blue hair sticking out.
I can be really like...
Sneaky,
yeah.
You can look and we don't know where your eyes are.
And if I had a mask,
yes,
that's what they do when they go hiking. They do normally like a handkerchief around the face, and then sunglasses, and then hats like these. So you see these Ajummas walking around. Like,
you
with
have no idea
gear.
who it is, right?
You can't see anyone. They're in disguise.
Do you feel cooler under that?
Not really. Well, we're in a studio with lights, so.
But the light's quite bright. Do you feel your eyes are more relaxed under
I definitely can't see as much as I would be able to without the hat. So
there you go.
But yeah, it would definitely help. shield you from the direct sunlight. Because a lot of people like to carry around umbrellas.
Yeah, those little kind of parasols.
But yeah, they would just use normal umbrellas though most of the time.
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
If you can't be able to get like a nice patterned parasol, just buy an umbrella and just walk around with that.
It's double usage, isn't it?
But if you're balding or something, maybe this is not a greatest choice.
You have to put some sun cream on your head.
Sun cream on your head, or otherwise you will have a big
a massive red mark on your head.
I think that's pretty much how it is. Yeah.
That does look delightful, and it's quite practical
cool,
because you can fold it up into that little tube, and that's how my wife takes it on holiday with her.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's got the elastic band around it.
Or if you want to combine fashion.
Could you do it with a baseball cap?
Let me try.
Are we going to see some fancy visors as well? This looks cool. Yeah, it does work like that. Gives you more protection. Yeah.
Exactly. Now my head is protected.
The side parts as well, though, are still shaded as well. Looks lovely.
Yeah, it's quite cool.
I've got to say, I recently bought visors for my kids. Like, visors here are a big thing.
Like the polka chip stuff, the polka ones.
So it's just a little kind of elastic, not elastic, but rubber kind of strap around your head here, and then the see-through visor. You've got a chin protector there now, Xander.
I'm protecting the side of my. I don't want to get tanned on the sides.
Yeah, people
it's
are
natural
sensitive.
contouring with the sunlight.
There you go. But visors are really popular here in Korea. I see for kids too. But I often wonder, like with this one as well, the top of your head then will still be exposed to direct sunlight. Will it not get very hot on there?
Well, I guess in another way, you have to let heat dissipate from your head. At the same time, you know what? People primarily would wear hats to keep their head warm, like woolly hats.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So letting the air dissipate. Okay.
It's not more of a heat protector. It's more of just
shade.
To shade your head and stuff.
And let your
hair
breathe.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, because I've given it to my kids, and we haven't been out on a really hot day yet. I'm wondering if they're going to complain. Ow, the top of my head is like baking. Like I can see, but the top of the head is baking. Okay, so that's the visors. I'm sure people have seen that before.
So yeah, very easy to take on. We'll put on and off or whatever, and
fold it up like that.
Fold it up. Maybe I did that correctly. Who knows?
Bish, bash, bosh. Easy in the handbag.
But you are modelling something absolutely amazing, so you have to watch the video to see this.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I will describe it as well. I'm going to stand up and do this thing. So here we go. I'm going to put my shoe on the table just for design purposes.
Those calves.
This is
you do a lot of cycling and
years
hiking.
Of football, of course, that I haven't played in years. I apologise for my fashion style. I didn't know I was going to wear these today, actually. What on earth are these?
They are called nejang paji.
Nejang paji? Really? I've never heard of that word before.
We know a nejango, isn't it?
Huh?
A nenjango.
Nenjango. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
like a refrigerator. Maybe I just said the first type wrong. But
Nenjang paji. Okay.
Nenjang paji.
So paji meaning pants.
So like fridge.
The North American way. And nenjang meaning fridge. So these are fridge pants.
Cooling, refrigerating.
Yeah.
They're just very thin.
So I thought, and I'm not even joking, I asked you earlier, and then Ryder laughed in my face. I thought you put these in the fridge before you put them on. I thought there was some cooling aspect in there.
That would be very cool.
Yeah, then it would be like cool freezing, right?
That would be really cool. No, they're just very thin material, and it basically lets the wind and air go through, so you can cool yourself.
Yeah, I'm glad that listeners can't see, but these are pretty transparent, so you can see my legs.
Too,
they're super tight, but they feel really cool. Like if it was windy, I would imagine the wind would just travel. Look, I'm fanning myself here. In fact, let's combine two things. Let's see.
Don't get him wet.
Oh yeah, see, I can feel that wind on my skin. That's fantastic.
That's pretty nifty, isn't it?
But I've not seen many young men wear these. Is this a thing you can wear out in Korea?
No, in Korea, I haven't really seen that many. But obviously, we got it here, so there must be a thing. But maybe you'd wear them around the house more than outside. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, they're not that they're not like that super see-through.
You could wear them out, definitely. But I'm just thinking, is this a fashion thing that's okay to do outside?
They look pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. They look cool.
I feel like I'm wearing ajumma pants, older women pants.
That's something that you would see them wear in a way. But
I feel.
Bring in, combine some styles,
I suppose.
Close the age gap.
So if you want to check these out, they're called nenjang paji, or the fridge pants, cooling pants.
Yeah, and if you still don't know what we're talking about, just go to Thailand, and it's the ones that all the tourists wear.
Really?
With
Is
the
this
elephants,
what is
it's exactly the same.
Just
Except these,
out and about.
I like the cut on them better.
Oh,
because
really?
the one in Thailand are very, very, very cheap, and they usually just have like a string. And like it seems like you have elasticated ankles.
Yeah, elasticated ankles, elasticated bands.
That's really
as well.
cool. It's nice. It fits you really well.
And a pocket.
Yeah,
Thank
you get
for
2
the
pockets.
compliments, yeah.
In Thailand, you get one.
Just one pocket on one side.
On one side.
It's a bit
and they
random.
rip like super easy, so don't put any money in them. Like it has like a proper dip inside.
Yeah.
In Thailand, it's literally the same like material.
Oh dear, as the pants themselves.
They are way better than the ones you get in Thailand.
Super comfortable,
So come
seriously.
to Korea and buy all of them.
Okay, I think these are really cheap as well. I'm guessing these were a few bucks as well, but
I would
think
love
I'm
to
gonna
get
keep
some.
them. I don't think anyone wants these if I take them off, so I'm going to take them home. Thank you very much. Okay, time for me to sit down after I did that standing up to show everyone the pants on the video. Xander, you're going to be back next Monday?
No.
No.
I'm done.
No,
I'm joking.
you've
Of
finished with
course
it.
I'll be back.
Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you then.
Thank you.
Time for FX now. This is Electric Shock.